Hello again, guys, it's your buddy Greg and welcome back to another video. So today we're doing the Serviceola part 2. So let's get into it. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, I'm going to demonstrate to you guys something. I've got the crank on the spring here and I got to demonstrate. Okay, this is what happens when you wind a gramophone up, or at least the Columbias. Okay. Spring goes. I don't know if that gear there is supposed to move. I don't think it is. And I'm just showing you the root of the problem here. Okay, the machine's started. I didn't put the brake on. I'm pretty sure this spring barrel is supposed to be moving in a fluent motion along with this gear, which it isn't. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't know if that's entirely how it's supposed to go. Pretty sure it's supposed to be moving a little more than that, though. And also, various parts of the machine need lubrication. I gotta take this off. Various parts of the machine need lubrication. And I gotta get this crank off so you can see a little more while it's running. I don't want to strip that either. Okay. Governor's spinning. There's a couple of pads there which need oiling, and those are acting as the brake for the machine. As you can see, the gears are going spring barrel. So it's really the main problem is the spring barrel. The governor brake, not that it's broken, but it just needs lubrication, or else those two little pads there. I don't know if you can see the other one. There's the other one in center of the screen. Those two pads need to be oiled, or else they're gonna wear out when you try and stop it. Like, let's say I try to stop the machine now. Well, the spring's got a fair amount of power. It's gonna rip it, or it's gonna tear it. Like, it's gonna basically dissolve. So gotta wait for this to wind down. I don't know if we're gonna necessarily get to taking the motor apart today. We'll see where we get to. Yes, we shall see where we get to today. I'm not entirely sure where this is gonna... See, look, this just jerked. It's not supposed to do that. I don't know if you saw that. I wasn't pointing the camera at it. That just jerked forward, if you didn't notice. So that's how... It's not supposed to be doing that. It means the old lubrication has caught the spring. And the spring's trying to, I mean, the machine's running, right? Spring's trying to move. Old lubrication is holding the spring. So you see where this is going, right? So it's almost like the spring's going to snap. But then the spring pries itself out of the old lubrication, which causes that jerk that you just saw there. That wasn't even one of the worst ones. I've seen some really bad jerking sounds. Well, I've heard some, seen some as well. I didn't catch it on camera here. Didn't happen today. I think you guys get the idea. Spring gets caught in old lubrication, the machine's still going. It basically pries the spring out, which is not good for the spring. So this whole, yeah, so it has to be dismantled. That's what it's got to do. Okay, so where you start taking one of these motor boards off, you got to get this off and on / regulator. Got to get this out. Now, I'm pretty sure, I've never done this before. You might unscrew that. There's a second screw there. I wonder what that's for. This thing is obviously sprung. So we'll have a look at the other side here in a sec as well. That thing in the center screen with the little thing coming out, this thing right here, I don't know what to call that. That is the off and on, or stop and start, whatever you want to, well, the brake. It's the brake. And then that semicircle looking arbor is the regulator for this. Okay, let's take this out now. That other screw there also has nothing to do with it. It's just kind of there. I think it's for the, well, it's for something else. I know what it's for. Oh. Not to sound too arrogant, of course. Here, I am an amateur, and this is my first machine, but I'm evaluating everything very carefully. So I trip over myself. There's the motor board. Yes, viewers, if you want to do this, I'd recommend getting some cardboard boxes to do it. Okay, let's get my screwdrivers out. Okay, let's get my screwdrivers here. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to come out. We're going to find out real fast, aren't we, viewers? We're going to find out. I'm going to put my hand underneath the regulator. Oh god, it's stuck in the governor. I don't even know where I'm putting it here. Okay, we're gonna put it... I know you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I'll put it there. We'll see what... Oh, shit. Excuse my language, viewers. Oh man, that's not what I had in mind. Okay, this obviously has to come out first. This one here. Okay. How am I gonna get that out? I have to go. I'm gonna do this. Try and film it more like that. That's such an awkward screw to get to. And because it's so old, right? It's all completely, you know, it's all seized up. Very typical of these machines to have stuff like this happen. That was a complete failure right there. Let me get a thicker screwdriver. This isn't working. We'll put my finer screwdrivers over here, and we'll get something a little finer, or a little thicker. If I can find it, I had one of these. I don't have two of these machines, obviously, so I can't really get parts off it. I'll try and get it in here and see what'll happen. This is still too, yeah, that's too thick. Or that's too wide. That one there. See, I would try to undo that, but that doesn't. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I gotta move my camera out of the way. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I gotta do this very carefully. Hey, there we go, viewers. Just had to get the right kind of screwdriver. Okay, I'm gonna get another little plastic cup. Use a yogurt cup. Kirkland Greek yogurt. I'm gonna use that for the regulator cup. Or for the, oh, yeah, that's, yeah. Okay, so that just popped out of there. There's a spring. This thing holds the spring on. This is not the screw. I was undoing the wrong thing here, viewers. So it comes out like this. That's the screw for it. And I'll put this, I'm going to keep that screw with it. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, now I'll take the spring off, put that in there as well. Put that in my little cup. And, I might go evaluate the situation on the other side of this motorboard yet. Let's see what's happening on the other side. Okay, so the little semicircle thing, the little regulator dealy there, oh, the thing for the regulator, that is loose now, so I can just pull that right on out. It's almost in the center screen. See the semicircle? I'm gonna try and get my camera propped up here somehow so I can actually... Okay, so it's at the top of the screen. See this thing? This thing here, it's moving in and out. That's what we're trying to get out of here, and that's what regulates the machine. So I'm just wondering, is this going to come out easily, or am I going to have to... This might actually not come out, viewers. I don't know if this comes out or not. I don't know if it does come out as easily as it's... Okay, let me flip this back over. There's a washer here that seems to be protecting this thing, and I gotta move over so you can see it. This regulator seems to have a washer that's protecting it, and I don't know if that's supposed to come out or not. That might just stay in the case. I don't see any screws for that. And I also don't want to break it either. Who knows, maybe that screw on top, maybe that makes it come out. I have no idea. I guess I'll give it one more try. So there's our regulator screw deal right here. This isn't the most optimal camera shot. I'm going to try and get this thing out. See the screw, see, there's no resistance. I don't think this comes out, viewers. Yeah, I don't like my chances of that. Okay, we're going to leave that in. Because it doesn't look like it's entirely necessary to come out anyway. So, we're just going to leave that one in. I'm going to leave that in. I don't know if that's proper or not. I think today we're just going to focus on getting the I almost said the movement out of the case. The motor off the motorboard. So, next up here, you see there's the on and off, well, the stop and the slow and fast, the speed adjuster, which is just held in by a screw here, and this thing, and this plate. I'll take this plate off right now. I think I'm going to have to do that later on anyway. I'll take the plate off just for the sake of it. And that's not going to come out. It's time for the really small, fine screwdrivers now, I think. If I can get them out. There we go. Oh, that plate needs to come out. There it is. Or that, well, oh yeah, it's coming out. The stuff is surprisingly easy. I don't know if this is going to be your machine. If you guys are trying to, if someone's trying to do this, and okay, we're going to put that in the, going to put that little screw which came off the plate there. I'm going to put that in the Kirkland cup. I also have to keep track of this stuff for myself, viewers, let alone you guys. So yeah, I recommend if you're going to do this, get a bunch of cups. I personally use Little Caesars marinara sauce containers. And I use these little Kirkland Greek yogurt cups. And the Little Caesars marinara sauce containers from Little Caesars Pizza have lids. So if you want to use a lid, go ahead. Oh man, look at that. There's a crap load of dust under that thing. Look at it. Jeez. That's a lot of dust. That is a lot of dust. Okay, so this thing is absolutely covered in it. Yeah, the machine's not... I better not push that all the way because it was never meant to do that. Okay, we're going to flip the motorboard back over and get the stop and start off for the slow and fast. A lot of flipping of the motorboard, I know. Is this on? Did I get this right? Yeah, I did get this right. Okay. So yeah, and I'll just show you how it's positioned amongst these 3 cardboard boxes. So there's another screw right here, and I think I'm going to take that out. So let's get to it. I'm going to take this off. Oh man, I'm not getting all covered in grease, am I? No, we're good. Okay. How am I going to get that off? Or how am I going to position the camera better yet, because I'm working with a Lego tripod here. Yes, lots of money went into this, as you can see. Okay, so here's the plan. We're back a few hours later, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the screws or the nuts off the motor. Okay, so now that I've successfully knocked the camera over, we can do this. That was really smart. Okay, so as I'm stripping this nut out here, I gotta go this way. How am I gonna... Oh, man. I had it. I don't know if I have a nut driver that size. Yeah, I'm only gonna strip that nut for everything it's worth. That's really great. What the heck am I gonna do here? I'll be right back, viewers. Using a literal wrench here, we were actually able to get this off, shockingly. So yeah, I just grabbed the wrench and away we went. That's basically how it's going. There we go. There's one bolt. There's one nut off. And we'll put that in the, with the rest of the motorboard equipment. So yeah, I just literally grabbed the wrench, and that's how that went. So we're gonna do this with the other one. That's funny. I went to my bigger toolbox with a bunch of miscellaneous tools, and really how this went. And oh man, I'm not even getting this on camera. My other miscellaneous toolbox. I'll just show you. There's the nut right there. The other miscellaneous toolbox is filled with tools that were in this house when we bought it. So they all just kind of got thrown into one box. So So it all just kind of ended up, I don't know, that's how it went. It just ended up all in one box. Is it gonna come? I have to get some kerosene for this one. If I strip it, I'm screwed. No pun intended. Let's try and loosen this up with some kerosene. Well, I mean the machine's like 103 years old, 104 years old. What do you expect? I certainly don't expect, complete, not seizing up at all performance here, which, I mean, it's hard because this thing is as old as it is. Try and get it from the top. Using a greasy old wrench I found. Well, it's not really greasy, it's just the one that was here. And there's nothing wrong with older tools either. There shouldn't be much of a problem there. There we go. Hey, there we go. It came off. Well, it popped anyway. Yes. There we go. Hey. Yeah, there's a bunch of old crap all over my hands now thanks to this thing. And I should also mention there's a couple of felt washers underneath the motorboard. I gotta wash my hands. I'll be right back. So there's one of the felt washers I was talking about. And there's another one. Right there. Right under the nuts, okay? So I have to be very careful not to lose these things, and so do you. There's another nut back there. We'll get to that. And does this pull up yet? Jeepers creepers crepes. That's not what I want. My hand just didn't even grip that at all. So there's our enemy, right? Well, sort of enemy. There's our screw we can't get up. I'm going to try and lift this. I might have to get the wrench and actually undo that with the wrench. Now that, of course, we're using a wrench. Is it even going to fit? I don't even know. Yeah, see, this is why I did this, to loosen up. Get the... I'm actually going to have to take the motor off the... I'm going to have to get that last nut to do this correctly. Can you guys see the last nut? Greg and the last nut. That's really great. Okay, we're going to get this one off as well. Now we're going to pull the board up and get that little screw off. One screw prohibits the whole operation. Isn't that something? I gotta remember which way to turn it as well. That's generally a good idea. Oh, did I get it? It just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, generally one turn will get it to go. Oh, can I get it? Oh, no, it's stuck. Well, it's stopped, now it's... There we go, get the wrench to force it through. These wrenches do have uses. You can sometimes use them. Luckily, in my case, you can use it in place of a nut driver. For a second there, I thought I'd have to get a nut driver. But I don't have to get a nut driver because I got a wrench, which seems to work perfectly fine in this case. Using it in place of a nut driver seems to be a-okay. There we go, we'll get that off out of there. And also, my fingers are absolutely covered in grease. Yeah, it's a really great look for me. I have to wash my hand. I keep washing my hands because I don't want to get grease all over the motorboard, which is almost pristine, and the motorboard is in really nice shape. Okay, viewers, we've had some progress here. So what we've done is I had the motorboard up vertically. I took my pliers, my smooth jaw pliers, which are custom made, grabbed that, held it, and then undid the screw on this side. So that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to undo that screw and flip the motor over. It's not the most amazing gramophone production you've ever seen, but it's sure something. So we're going to get that. This thing is going to go flying up. I know it because it's sprung. I can see it. pretty sure you guys can all see it as well. Okay, this thing's gonna come flying off. Yeah, there's that. And this whole little unit should be able to pop right on out. Well, it doesn't pop straight out, but it pulls through. I think you saw that where it just, where am I pointing? This hole here, you saw that, right? I hope you did. It just pulls out from there. See, look at that. It pulls out. And there's a little screw holding that in, which is the problem area. So, okay, now let's get this off the motorboard. Let's get this off. It's all loosened up and ready to go. So I'm going to put these little pieces here, my little spring, my little regulating, my main on and off lever here, and the screw which held it on the top. It's all going to go in a little Kirkland yogurt container. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, this thing should come off now because I've got all the washers. Smart, Greg, smart. So we're going to worry about that little screw later. I'm probably going to bath the whole bottom half of this in or the whole motor in kerosene. How am I going to hold this and pull it up like so? How am I going to get this off? I don't want to grab on any specific gear or else it's going to come flying apart. Hey, the motor's out. This motor's quite heavy. Well, somewhat. Where do I put the motor? We're running into this problem again and again. Okay, I'll put it over here. I think that's a decent spot to put it. I'm going to rig up a cardboard box here somehow. Okay, there's the motor board. I'll take this away. Put this over here somewhere. Okay, we'll have a look at the motor board in a second. I just got to rig up this motor somewhere. Okay. So after that strictly ad-libbed fiasco, we managed to get the motor onto a barrel lid here with a hole for pouring in liquids. But I just put the spindle in there. That whole unit. This thing is somewhat hard to work on. You almost need to devise a box or something for this to sit on. Because, well, I mean, the spindle just pokes right down through that lid there. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be taking this apart on this little lid. If that's how it's going to go, I don't know. But I do have a barrel to... I have the rest of this barrel. This is just the lid. I've got the rest of it to clean the actual parts of the motor in. Which we will do. So here's our progress today. We put all our little outside get motor out of case stuff in here. So that can go with the tone arm and everything else over there. Okay. So now we've got the motor. I think that's good enough today, viewers. Let's have a look at the motor board. So we're not going to do any more stuff today. Oh, geez. Where am I going to put this? There's stuff everywhere. Because the video is going to be way too long. So anyway, let's have a look. I don't want this to be 33 minutes again, unlike the last one. So here's the actual motor board. Oh, maybe I made a mistake by doing that. Okay, we're going to try this. So here's the actual motor board itself. And I'll put this on top of the cabinet over here. There we go. It fits. Should fit. Well, it sort of fits. So that's just the case. I'll get all this crap out of here. Okay. Yeah, so that's the motor board. And I don't know how I'm going to clean that. I'm going to get, I think I said this in the first one, I'm going to get some help cleaning this cabinet up. This I might just leave alone completely because I don't want that coming right off. I don't want that coming off. This needs to be cleaned. I don't know about that. The bottom, all these rivets are coming out. Or maybe those aren't even rivets. Those were never rivets to begin with. All these things are coming right out. I didn't know. I thought those were rivets. What do you know, viewer? Okay, well, we'll take these. And, I guess we'll take those out as well to put them in there. I didn't know these were these even came out. If they come out, I'm not going to force these out. It's not really that big of a deal. Wait a minute, where's the little felt washer? Oh, there it is. There's the little one. Here's those little felt washers. These things are completely... You know what, maybe I'm not going to... I'll put that back. I don't know if I want it to completely mess up the whole unit here, and I'm reaching across the table to get my stuff. I don't know if I want to mess up this unit with its washers and things like that, because that would be absolutely disastrous. Those washers are there to balance it. And what I mean by balance it is the, or not balance it. What am I talking about? I mean balance it as well, as in, well, basically these things keep the motor sitting at the right height. Let me put this in the right way. Wow, it screws on. I don't know if I should replace these washers. I don't think I will. Little felt washers. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with these. This one here just happened to be loose, so it came off. But if you're gonna do this yourself, unless you need to like dunk the motor board in some sort of fluid or something, don't mess with those and don't take them off, because really you're just setting up more work for yourself in case something gets all messed up. And I don't know if that would necessarily be the case with this, but anyways. So I've just come up with something else very fantastic, and nodding back to Little Caesars again. I've got 3 of their marinara containers propping the motor up. So I go in there, I go in there. See, I'm telling you, these little containers are fantastic. I'm telling you, they're fantastic. Go to Little Caesars Pizza. I don't know. Some people don't like the pizza. I like pizza. I don't see what's wrong with it. Order marinara sauce with it, because you'll get these containers. At least where I am, you get these containers. They're fantastic. They're cheap. There's more of them over there. I've saved these up. Like, we generally get Little Caesars Pizza every Friday. And I just save the marinara sauce containers all the time. They come with a lid. You can put stuff in them. Such a handy container. Such a great container. And that's what I like about the world. Well, I mean, not that I'm in favor of plastic, throwing plastic everywhere, but plastic does have its uses. Or plastic containers do have their uses. And lots of people just recycle these things. I use them for all sorts of things. They're just brilliant. And you can see, and this is why I'm using them again. I don't even think this lid is necessary. But just so it does, what you could do, get 3 of these containers, have newspaper under this, and you'd be perfectly fine. This isn't even necessary right now. But, I mean, it comes in handy. But anyway, that you could do that. So that, I had to throw this in here when I saw this. Anyway, viewers, so now with your new tip you've just learned, I hope you can go on and work on some of these machines using that tip right there. It's fantastic. Anyway, viewers, you know I've done this. It's just standard procedure. Just standard procedure, viewers.